सीख लिया है। नाउ मैं बेसिकली अपने प्रेजेंटेशन को दो पार्ट में डिवाइड करूंगा। पहला पार्ट जो रहेगा वो रहेगा कि जब भी आप किसी के सामने अपना प्रेजेंटेशन देते हैं, व्हेन आई से प्रेजेंटेशन, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द पीपीटी दैट यू हैव मेड राइट नाउ। वो मेरे सेकंड पार्ट में आएगा। पार्ट वन के अंदर में मैं जो आपके साथ बात करूंगा कि जब भी किसी के सामने प्रेजेंटेशन देखते हैं, तो प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल्स के लिए ऐसी कौन सी, इज माई लैंग्वेज कंफर्टेबल? हेलो, प्लीज इंडिकेट मी, इज माई लैंग्वेज कंफर्टेबल?
Yes.
Yes, it's
Anybody who is
comfortable.
not able to understand Hindi properly, because I don't know whether we have people from down south also who may not be very comfortable in understanding Hindi, so please let me know. I'll use English also. But अगर सबको हिंदी समझ में आती है तो I'll not talk in हिंदी. अगर नहीं समझ में आती है तो do let me know. ठीक है, फाइन। कहाँ था मैं? ओके, तो ये प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल्स को लेकर के जो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, तो ऐसी कौन सी बातें हैं जो आपके प्रेजेंटेशन को और पावरफुल बनाती है? मैं कोई रॉकेट साइंस इसमें नहीं बताऊंगा आपको। आई विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट समथिंग वेरी बेसिक, प्रॉब्ली सम ऑफ यू माइट बी नोइंग इट, बट इट्स ओनली माय पर्पस हियर इज टू री री रीइंस्टेट ऑल दोस थिंग्स इन योर हार्ट एंड माइंड, क्योंकि अभी हो सकता है कि वेरी क्लोज में आपका प्रेजेंटेशन आने वाला होगा, मे बी नियर फ्यूचर। हो सकता है 2-4 दिन में, सैटरडे संडे, मुझे डेट एग्जैक्टली पता नहीं आपके आज का पिचिंग राउंड कब होने वाला है। So allow me to share my screen and is my screen visible now?
Yes, sir.
Hello, screen visible?
Yes,
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Presentation skills, idea
Yes, sir.
startup
Yes,
pitching.
yes.
I'm Mukesh Ashar, and I'm co-founder and director at Lemon School of Entrepreneurship. जब हम पिचिंग करते हैं तो कुछ बातों को हमने ध्यान रखना बहुत जरूरी है। चलिए हम आगे बढ़ते हैं इसके अंदर में। मुझे विंडो को शिफ्ट करने दीजिए, यहां से जरा विंडो शिफ्ट कर दिया मैंने। प्रिपेयरिंग योरसेल्फ। अब मैं जब प्रिपेयरिंग की बात कर रहा हूं, इसका मतलब अगर आपका आज पिचिंग है तो आज प्रिपेयर जो करेंगे उसकी बात नहीं कर रहा हूं मैं। आपने जब तय किया कि भी आप इसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं और आपका प्रेजेंटेशन होना है, आपका पिचिंग होना है, आई मे बी यूजिंग टर्म पिचिंग एंड प्रेजेंटेशन मिक्स एंड मैच करके यूज करूंगा, लेकिन फिलहाल मेरी बात में जब भी मैं पिचिंग भी बोलूंगा तो प्रेजेंटेशन ही समझ के चलना उसको। जब भी आपका प्रेजेंटेशन होने वाला है उसके लिए पहले से अपने आप को
Mukesh sir,
करना
hello.
पड़ता है। हाँ जी।
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. We have received a message requesting you to please use more English because it will be understood by everybody.
ठीक है, नो इशू, फाइन फाइन। मैंने इसलिए कहा था, आई टोल्ड दैट इफ एनीबॉडी इज नॉट कंफर्टेबल इन अंडरस्टैंडिंग हिंदी प्रॉपर्ली, जस्ट लेट मी नो, आई विल टॉक इन इंग्लिश, एब्सोल्युटली नो इश्यूज। So whenever I'll be using the term pitching or presentation, please consider it a presentation only, because about the pitching I'll be talking about how to prepare your pitch deck in the later part of it. I'll be dividing my presentation part again into 2-3 things. First is prepare yourself. When I say prepare yourself, you need to prepare yourself mentally first. I'm reiterating that mentally first, because whenever somebody says that I'm not able to present properly in front of people, I'm not very confident when I'm talking in front of people, the major part of it lies inside you. Because we are afraid of talking in front of people. We have that kind of a fear, which is called as a phobia in talking in front of people. Or normal terms, we call it stage fear. Though we may not be standing on stage always, but it's called as a stage fear because whenever we're talking in front of people, the majority of that fear part comes from within, and we need to overcome that fear. It's easy for me to say overcome that fear, but it's difficult for the person who is gripped by the devil called as a fear to overcome it. Let us analyze why at all do we feel fearful? What makes us afraid of talking in front of people? Are we going to talk something which is illegal? Are we going to use the abusive words? We are not going to do anything of that sort. Then why are we afraid of? We are afraid of talking in front of people for a couple of reasons. Now, those reasons are self-generated. The moment I have to say something in front of people, the thought comes in my mind is, oh my God, what if I miss something? What if I forget something? What if I stop in between? What if I say something which is not correct? What if I make some grammatical mistakes? What if somebody sitting across might not agree with? Again, yeah, all black screens. मैं भी black कर दूंगा screen को. Will you be happy with it? Why can't you keep your videos on for 40 minutes, 45 minutes? Okay. So you need to understand first that whenever we say that I'm afraid of people sitting in front of me when I'm talking, it's not that I'm afraid of people, but I'm afraid of what they will think about my presentation. And right now, you have not done your presentation. You are planning to do your presentation, and while planning only, you start getting all those kind of thoughts in your mind. That what if, what if, what if, what if, what if my talk hurts somebody? What if I slip of tongue happens? Nothing of that sort has happened. It's only the thought, fear inside me, which keeps on generating these kind of questions or doubts in my mind. And with every doubt, the fear increases. Oh my God, what if I forget? Oh, if I forget, everything will go wrong. And then everything goes wrong. Or what if I have a slip of tongue? And then you feel that if I have a slip of tongue, oh my God, people will start laughing at me. They have not yet done anything because you have not come on the stage yet. So overcoming fear is overcoming that element of doubt inside you. Now, that element of doubt, to remove that element of doubt, you need to take some action. And when you say you need to take some action, start believing in you. I'm good. I'm strong. I'll be preparing. I'm prepared. Whatever the case may be. I'm prepared, or I'll be preparing. Once you are totally prepared, your confidence level goes up. And the moment your confidence level goes up, there is something which goes down. I don't know how many of you are aware about it, but there is something which is inversely proportional to confidence. Inversely proportional means when one goes up, the other goes down. When one increases, the other decreases. When the other increases, the first decreases. This is called as the inversely proportional. The mathematical relationship between the two. The relationship I'm talking about right now is between fear and the confidence. Whenever your fear increases, your confidence goes down. And whenever your confidence increases, there is no option for your fear but to go down, because it is mathematically established. It's a simple math. And it's established phenomenon that when confidence goes up, inversely proportional fear has to go down. So what you do to increase your confidence? Hello? What you do to increase your confidence? To increase your confidence, you need to start working on your presentation. I'll for those people, not for everybody, for those people who feel that they're a little shy or afraid of talking in front of people, they feel that they'll forget few things. Try it for yourself. You start reciting Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I'm sure that 100% people will be able to recite the entire poem Twinkle Twinkle Little Star without stopping anywhere in between, without forgetting a single word, or without feeling afraid of. Now the question comes. The Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, for me, I did 50 years back, maybe 55 years back. For some of you, it may be 10 years, 15 years, 20 years back. If you can remember something which you had learned 20 years back, what makes you believe that you'll forget something which you have learned, which you have prepared 2 days back or 5 days back? It is because the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star was imbibed in your personality so hard that irrespective of the time, irrespective whether you are in half sleep, somebody wakes you up and says, okay, stand up and recite the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. There is no need for you to open the eyes also. Still, you can recite Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I wish that every entrepreneur or everybody who wants to present something should prepare his presentation just like a Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, to imbibe into their personality, work so hard on your presentation. Work so hard on the presentation, rehearse it for once, twice, 10 times, 20 times, 50 times till it becomes twinkle, twinkle, little star in your personality. And once you are so confident, my dear friends, fear has no choice but to go down. So you need to work hard. Work hard. Preparation has got no alternative or no substitute and no shortcuts. You cannot say that I can prepare in 10 minutes. Leave it for AI, not for humans. Humans need time, and time to make it just like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall in my personality. So I believe overcoming fear basically is here. You need to start giving commands to your subconscious mind. When I say here, that means I'm not talking about the active mind. I'm talking about the subconscious mind. Because subconscious mind is majority part of our life. Active mind is very small. Subconscious mind plays a vital role. इधर छोटा ही होता है ना मेंदू, दिमाग छोटा. Here, the small brain, subconscious mind. So you need to start giving command to your subconscious mind. And believe me, subconscious mind is the genie that you have. In olden days, Aladdin had that genie. And when Aladdin went away, he gave this boon to everybody here that every human being will have that genie with him. He says that I had to rub that lamp to bring out the genie, but you have here, that genie lies here. And you have to only give the command. And that command is the things that you want to happen in your life. I remember in my college days, I was not very good in studies. I've done my engineering, but I was not very strong in my studies. So we used to, like everybody must have done in their hostel life, we don't study during daytime and we are fond of studying during the night time. Though nothing much happens there also. 2 in the midnight, we sit down with this book. In my days, it was big electrical technology book by B.L. Tharaja. And we used to open that book and talk with ourselves. Yeah, I should not fall asleep. I have to study, I should not fall asleep. Now, my subconscious mind, my genie is listening to me. He says that my Aka, my master, says he doesn't want to fall asleep. Now, the problem with the genie is that you are learned, I am learned, but genie is not learned. He does not understand the entire sentence. He understands the action words. Now, in this statement, I should not fall asleep. What is the action word? And that is sleep. That is sleep. So he says, okay, that means my master wants sleep. So he tries to accumulate the sleep from entire universe and starts showering it on me. 10, 15 minutes maximum, I start dozing. Oh, I was expecting I should not sleep. But my genie is working to make me sleep. Because genie understands the action words. You need to start learning what genie understands. Hello, boys and girls, gentlemen and ladies. Remember when computer came? So people started learning the language that computer learns so that they can develop the program in the computers. They were not giving the command to computer in English, Hindi, Sanskrit. No. Earlier it was Java, then Fox Pro and whatnot and whatnot. So they were giving the command to the computer that computer understands. You and me need to start giving the command to my genie and your genie, the language genie understands. And the genie understands the language which has action words which you want. So now, if I have that time machine and I can go back into my old school, college days, I would have given the command to myself, I should stay awake for next 3 hours. Well, I have to study this much. Stay awake for next 3 hours. Awake is action word. So now the genie will guard me from sleep and he will ensure that I stay awake. Simple example, most of you must have tried. If not, tried someday. We have mobiles and alarms now. But earlier, people used to sleep. If they want to get up at 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning, they used to tap the pillow 4 times and go to sleep. Irrespective of what time you go to sleep, suddenly, somewhere, you feel that your eyes are wide open. Something happens when your eyes are wide open. You see the watch or the clock. It's exactly 4 because you have tapped 4 times. Genie has done his job. He has ensured that you get up at 4. Now it depends on your willpower whether you really get up and get to your work or you turn around and again go back to sleep. That is your willpower. But Ginny never sleeps. He's constantly there to ensure that you get whatever you want. So when I say thinking, dear friends, that means you need to start believing in yourself that I am good. Ginny says, you're good. I am confident. Ginny starts behaving that way. I'm going to do it. I'm going to rock the show. Most of you must have felt this kind of situation that suddenly light goes off, power cut, and it is 10:30 in the night and power cut, and still nobody has gone to sleep in the house, at your home, and then suddenly you feel, oh, my door is open. Is there somebody standing there? Or you open a door of a room with no lights, and you feel, oh my God, I hear something. Somebody's there. The moment you think that somebody's there, you also see some shadow. You also see some shadow. And then somebody brings a torch and you put the torchlight into the room. The room is lighted and you feel, oh, there's nothing. The moment you think there is something there, your subconscious mind starts believing that my master wants to see somebody there. So my genie draws a picture in my mind, the shadow, and that makes me believe that somebody is there. Genie doesn't know whether you are afraid or you are confident. Genie only understands whatever you ask for. And that's why Mr. Ford has so beautifully said that you feel you are right or you feel you are not. Either way, you are right. Because if you think you can do it, you can do it. If you think you cannot do it, Genie will ensure that you cannot do it. So start thinking confidently. Start talking positively yourself because that is the command that Genie is listening. Think confidently. Talk confidently. Talk affirmatively to yourself. Now, this is something that still we have not written down what you have to speak. This is preparing the ground. You have not sown the seed right. Still now, you're preparing the soil before sowing the seeds. Assuming audience as your angels. Now, we are afraid of people sitting in front of us. Oh my God, 30 people, 60 pair of eyes, 30 pair of eyes, 60 eyes looking at me. Oh my God, I'm going to melt. No. Just give me one answer. Give me one answer to my one question. And for that, I want you all to give me the answer. I want to see your face when you give me the answer. Suppose there's a movie being released in the multiplex near your wherever you stay, and you and your family, 4 people in the family, they go to see the movie. Give me a simple answer. Do you want that movie to be good or you want that movie to be bad? You can
Absolutely.
unmute yourself and answer.
Absolutely. We
I'm
want
not
it
able
to
to
be
hear.
good.
You want the movie to be good.
Yep.
Okay. That means only one person wants the movie to be good. Rest all are okay with anything. Movie be good, movie be bad. Or will they like to answer? Kushanji, do you want the movie to be
I
good or movie
want
to be bad?
I want the movie to be good.
I feel the hero must be your relative or a friend, or a heroine your relative or friend, or director is your relative or friend. Why do you want that movie to be good?
Because
Why?
I'm
Because
spending my
I'm
time.
just spending the time to see that movie.
Beautiful. You are investing your time and your money to see the movie, so you want the worth
Yes,
of your time and money. Am I correct? You don't know hero, heroine, director, nobody is your relative or friend, but still you want that movie to be good because your personal interest is there. You've invested your time and your money. Same way, my dear friends, when 10 people are sitting there to listen to you for your 5 minutes presentation, that means those individuals have invested their 5 minutes. If you invest your time somewhere, will you want your time to be wasted or you want that presentation to be worth of it? You want that presentation to be worth of it, my dear friends. So that brings me to the point that anybody sitting across to listen to you will never want your presentation to go bad. Everybody has invested their time. They might not have invested their money right now. They've invested their time, and time is money, or much more than money. You can earn money which you have lost, but you cannot earn the time that you have lost. So time is much, much more than money, and they've invested their time. So nobody on this earth will ever want your presentation to go bad if that person invested time to listen to you. Now, when I see these 20 people, and I understand that these people want my presentation to be good, that means from inside and inside, they are sending their wishes to God. God, please make this presentation worth my time. 20 wishes going up. How can your presentation go wrong, yeah? Then you are making extra effort to make a presentation go wrong against the 20 wishes that want your presentation to go good. Come on, don't take that much efforts to make a presentation go wrong by constantly nagging and telling your genie, "Aaj gadbad hoga. Today everything will go wrong." You must have seen students talking this way while they go for examination. The friends, they ask each other, "Na, or how are you prepared? What do you feel? What will happen today?" "Yeah, I worked hard, but I'm very afraid. Today, I'm not very sure. Today, everything will go wrong. Everything will go wrong. Everything will go wrong." Now, action word is wrong. And Ginny is listening. We don't know Ginny is away. Ginny is listening. And he ensures that one question comes which you have not prepared, which you left out as an option, and that comes in the paper. And then finally you come out and say to your friend, "Dekha, I told you, no, something is going to go wrong today." Arey Baba, you asked for something to go wrong, and your genie did whatever you wanted. But the smart and wise students will always say, "I worked hard, and I hope everything will go good." If you say good, good will happen. If you say bad, bad will happen. You think and it happens. शाहरुख खान का डायलॉग, "सच्ची शिद्दत से जिस चीज को चाहो तो सारी कायनात उसको जुटाने की साजिश में लग जाती है." There is the same law of attraction. He was also mentioning about the genie, and I'm also mentioning about the genie. He's Shahrukh Khan and I'm Mukesh Asher. Not much of difference. He's Shahrukh Khan of Bollywood and I'm Shahrukh Khan of my industry. Not much of difference because we believe in the same thing, law of attraction. Talk only those things which you want to happen in your life, and those things will happen. So assume your audience sitting there as the angels. They want your presentation to be good, and it will be good. This is about your mental preparation. You need to start looking at things beautifully, and beautiful will happen in your life. This is mental preparation. Still now we have not sat down to decide what I'm going to speak and what is the presentation to be. Now once the mental presentation is over, we move ahead. Now preparing your presentation. Now we come down to preparation part. Believe you me, no presentation on this earth can happen without preparation. If at all something happens, it happens by fluke. And entrepreneurs don't believe in fluke. Entrepreneur believes in hard work and decided results. Why I'm doing this? Because I want this to happen. And so for that, I am doing this. So they do it based on the plan that they have made. Now, whenever you sit down to prepare your presentation, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. The first one is, who is my audience? To whom I have to give this presentation? Who is going to listen to me? I need to know that. The question will come in your mind. What difference does it make? Who is my audience? Let it be anybody. I'm talking about my product and I'm talking about my service. What difference does it make if audience changes? Hello, it makes hell lot of difference. It makes hell lot of difference. I'll give you a simple example. Suppose I'm taking a hypothetical example. Suppose your product. Suppose your product is a piping solution. Is a PVC piping solution that you have decided to offer to the society, to especially slum areas where water logging is a common problem because there is no proper drainage system. Now, to prepare a proper drainage system is a corporation duty, is a government duty. So it's not in your hand. And still that area is not come under the development part. So there is waterlogging. And once there is waterlogging, there are a lot of health issues there. So you have come up with a very, very economical piping solution which does not require too skilled a work or a labor to do it. Anybody can put these 3, 4 pieces of pipe depending upon the area where water is getting logged. And once they put this pipe in a proper series, as mentioned in the catalog, the water will automatically get drained out and go to a low-lying area where it gets collected. So in the area where people live, this problem can be solved. Now, this is something that you have designed. Fine. Now, you have prepared this product. Now, you are going to talk about this product in front of the people who are slum dwellers. So, what will you talk about? You will talk about how this product will change their life, how this product can be helpful, how easy it is for people to use it, and how economical this solution is. Am I right? This is what you're going to explain to people who are slum dwellers because your product is for those people. Am I right? Hello. Am I right? This is something that you will talk about. Hello. हाँ या ना?
Yes, yes. Yes, yes.
यही बात करेंगे आप? यही बात करेंगे? जो सुन रहा है उसके बेनिफिट बताएंगे आप उसको? Fine. Now you have prepared your 5 minutes presentation. You are supposed to talk for 5 minutes. You are being given the 5 minutes or 5 minutes you have used to tell people the benefits. Abhi, I play a game. Without telling you, I move the audience and I bring the investors. And you have prepared your presentation once, and then every time you count it as Gita, I will put my hand on it, I will speak only what I've written and nothing else. And you start talking. My dear friends, this is a beautiful solution that we have created to this particular problem. The problem that you are facing is putting your health into a big mess. So you can use this, this is going to benefit you in this way. इससे आपके family में health के issues कम हो जाएंगे. Your lifestyle, your life quality will improve. Hello, is this investor looking for? Is this point investor wants to know from you? Please tell me. Hello.
No, sir.
What does the
The
investor want?
investor,
What does the investor want? What does the investor want to listen from you?
the
Market analysis.
profitability.
I
Market
didn't get it.
analysis.
What is the margin? If I invest 100 rupees, how will my money multiply? In what time? And how much money will you be able to make? This is something the investor wants to listen. So, product remains the same, entrepreneur remains the same, but entire pitch changes. Am I able to help you understand? So, audience change, the entire content changes. Because you need to understand what is he expecting. Presentation, 5 minutes that he has invested, what does he want? And if you're able to give that, probably he moves out satisfied. And if he's able to understand the benefit that I'm going to give to that audience, if he's a slum dweller, the benefit of the piping. If he's an investor, the benefit of the profit that he's going to make out of money he's invested. I need to know who is the audience and what he's expecting out of my presentation. So my content, my presentation should have that part. So for every audience, my presentation changes. It is not that I swear on my presentation, whatever I speak is something that is written in here only. You have to change it every time based on the audience that is sitting there. Sometime it may be young audience, so you need to put example which is related to them. Sometime it may be an old audience, so you need to put example which they will be able to relate properly. If you're talking to an elderly group of 50 plus people, offering them some service to make their life quality better, and you constantly keep on talking about AI, will they be able to connect with you? No, they won't. 50 plus, 60 plus people, they won't be able to connect with you. You use AI whatever you want to, but don't put them into that AI that if they are not able to understand, they feel low about themselves. No, my objective is to make my audience feel elated. That I have listened to something very great, and it is for me only. So, who is my audience? When am I supposed to speak? मुझे कब बात करना है? Am I supposed to speak with them uh, based on their timing choice or my timing choice? Am I supposed to speak them during a big program? Is it a small presentation there, or is it exclusively my presentation? Are there other people also talking before me? Now, when you think about these things, you can understand the psyche of the person sitting across. They have all gone through 50 such presentations, and you are 51st, my dear friend. So there is no point talking about all basics. Talk the main point and let them hit that main point at the right place so that they get motivated. So when am I supposed to speak also helps you prepare your content properly. When am I supposed to speak? Am I going to their area and speaking? You may prepare a beautiful slideshow about piping solution, the example that I took earlier, and then you are going to a slum where there is no LCD projector available. What is the use of this beautiful PowerPoint slides that you have prepared? So, my dear friends, you need to be aware where the presentation is going to be. If the presentation is going to be in a slums, and if you really want to show some calculation to the people, be courteous enough to them and carry a small rolling blackboard which you can hang on any place and use a chalk and give them basic calculation. That earlier you were spending 100 rupees for similar thing, and that was not giving you 100% result, and now you'll be spending only 20 rupees and you'll be getting 120% result. This is a calculation. If you want them to understand, use that rolling blackboard, because it's a slum. You might not get all the facilities there. And you are addressing the group of 50 people in an open area. And again, a slum, they don't have that PA system or sound system. Take your own small microphone, which is easily available. You can hang it on your belt and speak. It's portable mic. It's available. As an entrepreneur, if you want your presentation to be effective, you need to understand where am I going to speak. Accordingly, make your preparation. What you're supposed to speak, as mentioned when I said who, the audience will make you decide what you should speak. Should it be a sales pitch? Should it be an awareness pitch? Now, there may be, your solution may be for common people, say a little middle income group people. So you'll be going in flat schemes where there are 100 flats. But the flat scheme has got rule that they don't allow salespeople to get inside. Now, still you have made some jugaad. And since you knew the secretary of that society, you have requested him, give me one chance to let people understand this beautiful concept. I don't want to sell. I want them to understand the problem they are facing in the life and the solution available in the market. Then you need to be careful. You cannot ask them to buy. So it's not a sales pitch. It's a pure awareness pitch, where you cannot use a word that we have a stall here or this is my number. It's a pure awareness pitch that you are using this kind of water, and this kind of water creates this problem. It's not the problem of your society, but it's a problem of water being supplied by corporation and the pipelines. So if you install this small device here, that will increase the quality of the water by 80%. This particular things will reduce, which are causing health issues. You need to understand, everybody need to understand, it's available. Right to clean and healthy water. It's my right to have clean and healthy water. And for that, these are the products available. You can search and you can improve your life. It's awareness session. So you need to know what am I supposed to say. It's a sales pitch, it's an awareness pitch, it's an investment pitch. You might be talking to a group of people to have them on your board, to onboard them. So it's not a sales pitch, it's not an investment pitch, it's a career growth pitch where you have to tell them, where you make them aware, you be with me for 5 years and see from year to year, my company is going to grow here. Right now we are 4 people, anybody who joins will be 5th, and down the line by 2030 we are going to be 300 people company. Then he realizes, right now I may be at any position, but 5 years down the line, I'll be heading a separate department because it's going to be a huge company. So your entire content changes. So what you're supposed to speak changes, depends on who is your audience. So what and who are related this way. Finally, why? Again, do you really want to sell the product, or you want to ignite the interest of the people? Why? The purpose of your presentation, all W's are somewhere related to each other. The purpose of it, if you know all the answer of all these W's, probably that will make easy for you to put what should go and what should not be there, because time is limited. You cannot speak everything under the sun in given 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes for that matter, because it's your product, it's your service. You have been working on it since years. For some, it may be 6 months, for some, it may be 3 years. Now, explaining something that you have worked for 3 years in 5 minutes is a tough job. But then if you know these 5 W's, it becomes easy for you to what to tell and what to avoid. So these are the 5 W's that you do when you prepare, sit down and prepare. Now prepare your presentation properly, and then based on what points you want to talk about, you can prepare your pitch deck. Finally, the third part, first is mental preparation. Second is preparing your presentation, that is sitting down and prepare. And the final part is presenting your presentation. Now, the part right now I'm talking is more related to, the majority of it is related to the offline presentation that you are doing. In case of online, few things can be eased. Like when I say body language, whenever you're presenting in front of people offline, right, face to face, your entire body talks with you on the subject that you are talking about. So you need to be very liberal in using your body language, your facial expressions, your eye contact with people. If you have 10 people sitting in front of you, all the 10 should be full time connected with you through your eye contact. You cannot allow 2 minutes or 1 minute of gap to anybody. The moment you leave them, they are off. They will be sitting there, but mentally they are off. But if you are constantly maintaining the eye contact with people sitting across, it creates a kind of bond between you and them, that they will listen to you constantly. Your hands, God has given us this beautiful tool to enhance the power of our presentation. Use it to the maximum extent possible, but use it right way, so that it makes your presentation more powerful, more powerful, more powerful. When you do this, it adds to whatever you are trying to say to people. So your body language adds to the power of your presentation. And then your voice, how beautifully you use your voice. You need to ensure that you are not very fast. You need to ensure that you are not very slow. Not fast that people miss few things, not slow that people lose their interest. You should be at a speed where people can listen, decode, understand, and then ready again to listen to next. Now this should be the speed. Anything more, anything less can create a problem. Your voice should not be flat. When I say flat, it should not be monotone. Your voice should have that kind of a modulation where people are constantly glued to whatever you say, whatever you are saying. They say that you, with your voice, you can hold people for whatever time you want. For whatever time you want. The voice has got so much of power. So I don't say that there are good voice and the bad voice. It's that you have not cultured your voice properly. If you really want to excel in presentation, probably you need to start culturing your voice. Start nurturing your voice. And the moment you're able to do it, nobody can stop you from doing the presentation wonderfully. And finally, your attire. I may not be very hard on saying that your attire should always be professional. No. This generation is smart enough to understand what fits and what does not fit at particular occasion. But something there are that you need to understand, that whenever you are being judged by somebody, there should be nothing in your attire where people get distracted off. By which people get distracted? Because generation might prefer using gunshot jeans. Now, the gunshot jeans, you might be comfortable, but a jury member might not be very comfortable. Your customer or your clients might not be very comfortable. So, if it's a public presentation, I believe that you need to be decently dressed so that your attire does not create any kind of distraction. If it is your own group, if a 20-year-old guy is talking to a group of people between 18 and 22, 24, fine, because the wavelength aligns. But if the age group to whom you are talking is different, then don't have anything in your attire which distracts them. So think, what will be the wavelength of people sitting across? What will their acceptability level? And dress accordingly. Now, that is something that I wanted to talk about attire. Now, I have divided my entire presentation into three parts. First is material preparation. Second is preparing your presentation. And finally, presenting your presentation. The three things that needs to be very carefully taken care of is your body language, is your voice, and your attire. Now, with this, the presentation part is hereby over. And now I'll be talking for next 10 minutes on how to prepare your pitch deck, your PPT part. I'll be very quickly going through it. You must have already done it. I don't want you all to change your presentation totally. But if you feel that something can easily be corrected into it, make that kind of a correction. I am giving you an ideal kind of a template which looks very clean, decent, and it helps you explain properly. So just be with me for next 10 minutes. Making a presentation deck. Okay. The first slide should ideally be your company name, whatever your company name is. I'm not talking about product name. I'm talking about your company name. Your name and brief two-liner about what your company or your idea does. What is your idea? No. What does the idea does? A unique, cost-effective piping solution. I'm using the same example which I used earlier. I'm like Miracle, Health Miracle, Mukesh Ashar, and a unique piping solution. And just immediately that comes to my mind. The second slide should be the problem. Give a striking overview of the problem and explain it briefly. Briefly. Slide 1, you show the striking part of the problem. They can elaborate on how this negatively impacts people and their experience. Why do you feel that it's a problem? Just because you feel it's a problem, or really it is a problem for society? So how it is affecting negatively to the society's health, talk about it. So that everybody understands, oh yes, this is a real problem for the society. And finally, frame the problem effectively as it stage your entire pitch. यहाँ से आपके pitch शुरू होगी. This is the launching platform for your pitch to start. Okay. Now, you mentioned the problem in second slide. Now you're talking about the solution. Describe how you envision to solve the problem that you previously shared. Still, I'm not talking about my product name here or my product picture. So I've talked about problem that in a slum areas, since it is not under the government development scheme, so there are no proper drainage system. So there is a lot of water clogging during every monsoon. For 4 months, the people living there live a miserable life and a lot of health issues in all the families. Now, we are trying to create a very simplified piping solution which does not require too skilled a labor. It can be done by anybody right in front of their home, and so that water does not remain there long. And the moment water flows away, the problems created by water logging are automatically solved. communicate a big value convenience and to be truly straightforward. It's a low cost, low skilled work. Anybody can do it and anybody can afford it. You cannot create a solution which is worth of lakhs of rupees to offer it to a slum dwellers. If you want to offer a product or service to slum dwellers, you need to create a solution which is a couple of hundred rupees, not even thousands of rupees. So, big value convenience and be very clear into it. Now you talk about, so this is our magical pipe or whatever you want to say about. This is our product. Give basic information of what you are offering, a product or a service, whatever it is. It will be a product or a service. It cannot be anything else. So now mention about that. See how neat the slide is. The more things you put on the slide, more cluttered it becomes. Think from the audience perspective. You are showing them 10 slides or 15 slides in 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Where do I have that much of time as an audience to read the entire thing on the end of the slide? And if I'm not supposed to read it, why to put it on the slide? If you put only 2 lines on the slide, now depending upon the interest and the time, you can elaborate. Sometimes you may talk for 10 seconds, sometimes you may talk for 20 seconds. Because there is nothing on the slide that makes it a fixed timing. No. If you don't give me time to read, you're insulting me. And if you're writing so much that I don't have time, again you are taking me for granted. So either way, cluttering the slide is not good. What are your target customers? Now this slide should have who are, where do you find them? What is the profile? Now my target customer for the product that I mentioned are slum dwellers. Now where I am going to find them? Am I going to find them in malls? Am I going to find them in high-rise buildings? Am I going to find them in the high-strata markets? No. I am going to find them at the outskirts of the city or slum area in a city if there are any that exist now also. So I need to go to that area to identify my customer profile. What is the target market? I mentioned that slum is my target market and slum dwellers are my target customers. So I need to know who is going to buy my product and where I am going to get those customers. What is the uniqueness of your idea? Why at all this idea? You need to mention the USP of your idea, of your product or service here. What are the alternatives used as of now? Right? People are living there. So what are the alternatives to use? The alternative for the product that I have mentioned, that every 10 days they invite some labor who will dig a drain and that water will flow away from that drain. But since it is dug in the mud only, the next heavy rain levels that drain. So again, the drain is gone. So the 100 rupees, 200 rupees paid to the labor or 1 hour, 2 hour efforts invested by that particular person or amount invested goes in that drain only and the drain is leveled. The next rain, all again water gets clogged. So again, they have to do that way only. And either wait for government to create a proper drainage system. So these are the alternatives available and nothing else is available. So that adds weight to my product or my service. And that shows the person who is listening that this person has done competitive analysis also. And competitive analysis is very important. Now you talk about your team. Now, why I'm telling you talk about team now? Because here the person listening will be able to understand. Now, since this is the piping solution that we are offering for slum dwellers, we have one person in our team member A. He's from pipe industry and he has worked in pipe industry since last 15 years. So he is very well conversed of how to manufacture a low cost, durable piping and what should the material, raw material and all those things expert. So he's team number 1. Team number 2, he has been working with a social organization, working for lower strata. So he knows the psychology of people living in slums. So he's on board. Team number 2, it's easy for him to connect with the slum dwellers, people living in slum. Team member number 3, that is me, and I've been into manufacturing or I've been into finance for the last couple of years. So probably I'll be handling the entire finance part. So this way, when somebody listens that he has identified the roles, And now he's putting right man for a right job. So that makes the person understand that the team is very solid and concrete one. So this is about there may be few more slides also you can add. The market, if you are already into market, the traction that you have got or the revenue that you have generated as of now, or maybe in last 6 months, what is the customer feedback that you have got. There may be a couple of more slides also. It all depends on how much time you have and how deep you are into market. You may be new. You may have only be ready with your proof of concept or maybe just prototype. You're not into market right now. So there is no point putting the market, uh, go to market or what is your traction as of now. So if you have, you can add those slides. But ideally, these are the slides that you need to have. If at all your revenues are there in place, probably talk about it. And based on your slide, your judges may ask you questions. You should have it ready with you. If you're not showing here also, you can say in your presentation. There are a couple of more things which we would have loved to show, but due to the lack of time, probably we won't deep into it. If at all anybody wants to know anything, we are there to help you. Then you can use those slides and information during your question answer round. But if you add everything in your presentation, probably you won't be able to finish in the time. And if you overstep the time, that can go against you. That can put you into negative slot also. So try to be as brief. Your slides should have as minimum content written as possible. Be ready with the content in your mind and accordingly elaborate. So this is all I wanted to tell you. It's 7 in my watch. I was given the time till 7. Still, we can use 2, 3, 4 minutes if at all anybody wants to ask any questions. With this, I'm stopping my screen share and the floor is open for clearing any doubts or anything that you wish to share about the questions. There is a question here in a chat which says roadmap. Should we include that? If your roadmap is clear, probably you have a concrete roadmap. Do include it. No issues. That right now we are here. Probably in 6 months we'll be in this position, and by 2026 we'll be here. No issues. Fine. Questions or any doubts or anything that you want to share or wish to share?
Sir, any point that we should keep in mind while we will be teaching on 12 call? Like if the idea is still in ideation stage, what all points should we keep in mind so as to not make a mistake?
You say it's in ideation stage only.
Apart
As of
from
now.
what you said.
Pardon?
Yes. Yes,
No
for
issue. No issue.
ideation stage.
Then you can clearly mention we are in the advanced stage of ideation as of now. So there is no, but you must have identified the customer who would be your customer, because if you have idea, that means it's a solution to some problem. Now, is that a problem for you and me, or is it a problem for students, or is it a problem for elderly people? So who is your target customer? Where do you have a target market? How much market you have? What is your capacity? You can talk about that. Then again, roadmap, by when you'll be trying to get into the MVP, minimum viable product, or prototype, or proof of concept, whatever it is. Then that roadmap will help.
Okay.
Is it okay? Fine. Anybody, anything else? Any further query from anybody? Survey results should be included as it would validate the problem we are working. Why not? If you have any kind of a survey result, or if you have any kind of an interview from your customer or testimony. But then the issue with these things are that we have not prepared them to be added into our pitch. We have prepared them randomly. So they may be very long. You may have asked something, or you may have 10 points in the survey. If you feel that this part of it can validate, add into it. Ensure that your time is very important. You should not overrun the time. That's why I say rehearse it. Once you prepare the pitch deck, finally start rehearsing it with time. Start rehearsing it with time. And wherever you feel that this needs to be removed, remove it. If you feel that this can be removed, something else can be added, do it and again rehearse it. Minimum 10 rehearsals. Minimum 10 rehearsals are required. I don't know how much time you have, but then whatever time you have, 10 rehearsals can be done, depending if you really feel the worth of it. Questions. Could we add market potential in business strategy and financials? The business strategy may not be exactly required right now. If at all the jury member asks you, you can talk about, because it's strategy. It may have so many aspects. Which aspect will you talk about? Which will you cover and which will leave? But yes, market potential, why not? Right now, we have total available market, total obtainable market. वो टॉम सॉम जो होता है, total serviceable market. You can add those things if you have that study with you. But don't be vague when you say the total available market. If you don't have that figures and it's not easy for you to collect those figures right now, stay away from it. Stay away from it. So one more thing which I want to make, it's a request from my side, and that it's not mandatory, and I'm not saying the jury won't be happy with it at all. But I've seen that people talk about agriculture products and they talk in $1 million. You're going to do a business with farmers in India. And what is the point of talking in $1 billion? The moment we say $1 billion, term billion and dollars, we feel that our idea becomes a little elated. No. Stay to ground. You use lakhs and you use rupees, no? We are in India. If you have international clients, then using your term import, export, something of that sort, then using the billion and dollar is fine. But doing everything in India and talking in $1 billion, whom are you trying to impress? If you have an international jury, still okay, because you may not be able to understand lakhs and crores. Talking rupees and lakhs and crores. God bless you, you may talk of crores also, no issues. But dollars and billions, क्यों भाई? Why? किसको impress करना है? मैं तो impress नहीं होगा. So this is my suggestion. Ultimately, it's your choice. You still want to be happy with billions and dollars? Go ahead. Any more questions? Seeing none? Thank you very much and wishing you all the very best for your round of pitching, and wishing that I'll see most of you going ahead. God bless you. Thank you very much. Ashwinji, over to you.
Thank you, Mukeshji, for your time. So, folks, that was a very interesting, and hope you would have got some very useful tips from Mukeshji on how you can present your pitch on the upcoming pitching rounds we have on 23rd and 24th. That is coming Saturday and Sunday. So with this, we close today's session, and I'll be sharing more details on the respective groups shortly. Thank you and good evening to all.